I'm going to read a passage from a long poem called Affiliation to start with. Waiting for my favourite mother to diagnose me as no longer depressed, clutching my wonky spring onions in the waiting room of Brockwell Park Surgery, SE24, studying the friendly painting, wanting to be part of the friendly painting, which was of the friendly world and the friendly people in it, and the friendly animals, and the friendly trees, and the friendly traffic, and the friendly postboxes, and the definitely friendly sky. Fuck it, I thought. Take me to that blue of blues. Diving, I surface a decade later in another blue that kept unfolding, opening and opening and opening. The posters blown off the wall by an Israeli rocket in 76. The rest of the semester cancelled, graduating in an empty room. Smiling every day, if even just to the face, distorted in the bathroom tap. Plankton, I am with you. I am with the fungus in my ears. Stretching nasturtium, I am with you. Getting told you're a whatever like me. Told and told and told. Oh, Katie. Oh, Annabelle. Oh, Sally Ann. Things are terrible in the Middle East, aren't they? Things are terrible in Putney, bitch. Things are terrible in the underpass. Things are terrible in your neglected crevices. Give not your life to things. Throw things to the flood. All one in the end. Water. Come quick. I have swallowed my pills again. Come quick. I swear I'm going to jump. Ocean, take me. Take me. No. Take this world. When I see you in Beirut, I see you. But to you can I only resemble? Is that love? To eat oranges like your mother, some auntie's gestures, my hair and nieces. Who do you look like? Who do you look like? She saw me straight away and undid me in that seeing. Love balks at boundaries. Love grins at you smoking menthols in the early 2000s at an indie disco in Coventry. Fuck, I miss her. I miss her and I know it's practice for missing you. I miss her and other things happen. Things, throw things to the flood. Or you look away for a minute and a tree in Peckham Rye Park has ignored the metal railings and grown regardless, distorting them angelically, resisting. When I see me in the mirror, I see you. I study you in your occasional grace, scoring and peeling an orange, halving and handing me segments, the top and bottom discs stacked to the side. Oranges have everything I want. They are what they are all at once. Their word, their color, their fruit, in English, in Arabic. What else could say that for itself? What else constantly ceases being what it is not? And yes, I know I'm a Yafawiya talking about oranges. And yes, I know you think us nostalgic. But for you, there is only one type of memory, because there is only one type of time, a line, from barbarism to Europe, named knowledge, which for you is only singular, me here, you there, singular nouns. What knows can never be known. What is known can never know. Or better, it can forget. You whose capacity for belief is only in things, because the thing cannot imagine. The thing cannot imagine freedom. This is your need fixed. You then complain of a lack of sensation. Meanwhile, the thing breathes. You call it an animal and want it. It leaves nothing out. It learns without forgetting the phantom limb. Another extract from another long poem, because I don't know how to write a short poem yet. It's called Sleeping with the Window Open. I am only the proofreader on her haunches, squatting, somewhere with official gardens, snuffling at the golden trough, a statue urinating triumphant arcs of blood between the folded thighs, tweaking the grammar I long to recover from, wanting to hurt what hurts me. Or is that the trick we labour at the threshold of? And what if what hurt me is also me? And what if I hurt it back? And what if it twists time into the trailing vortex drag of wanting to get better, when what I need is to get bad enough to locate the permanent tunnel? But every time you think you found someone's to do it or not do it with, the layers peel back to show sadism fossilized in a predictable skeleton, at its core hungry for bones, doubling as telescopic truncheons you're told were found between your chilblained fingers, so scared of seeming wanting that you turned on need completely. Oh saint, who will clean up your sacrificed self? Doc, I'm after the root. Tell me what's inside me. I'm only a baby, clutching my machines to my breast for pillows again. Help, Doc. I need a diagnosis. Is where did I begin? Officer, I know too much has been made of origins, but I know I didn't decide these names. Or I wouldn't be stretching around with words, half Pacific, sullen, not sorry at all. Here I can stomach the terrible fact, the men who kill also sweetly burp their babies in the sunless winter. Yes, this is a lullaby, scrambling my simple dog heart. I was seeking the bridge. My hand was open, a tulip. My fingers were jabbing upwards as if into an opponent's eyes. The edges of my mind. What? Am I supposed to be compassionate limitlessly? Where else could we point ourselves? The only logical opposite is licking your own shit off your own tail forever. Vengeance describes so many borders. What does my great hate do to me? You're right, I'm behaving like a woman, a tick on a handsome leg. You're right, I'm a footnote, if I'm even cited. What does your great hate do to you? Where does all that loving go? Tell me, little language, I'm really asking. The neon rose dead for 2 years, wanting you outside Sydenham Lidl. Terribly, I am a wolf, outside Triple M fried chicken, strapped outside my own initials, placing the pencils singly in their crunchy tray. Clicking the tin shut was the only sound I could make. Repeating the sound, repeating the question. Tell me, little language, must I love him too? Your definition of love can be big enough to do what you must, yes, for this is the love encompassing all our meticulous fury, all our creamy avalanches. Terribly, I am a wolf, repeating the question, what shall we do with this separate girl? The folding urge envelops deviation, must be quashed or locked away, or held, splayed within the catalogue, its tissuey cradle, and labelled, what are you complaining about? An exhibit ornate and meaty. You may not be lost to the real beyond, to a future of your making, where you might turn back and in the turns breeze reorganize the air, sharpen its pellets into a kind of acid. The folding urge absolves the folder, birthing fairness again. Why are you always fighting it? Stay to the right of me, you say. You will slip me a flower pressed. You will slip me a filigreed angel. You will slip me a permanent invitation. So when, in the centre of evening, I jolt, choking and damp, I cannot point to you and say you did anything other than welcome me. You need me to prove you clean and harmless. Ah, leave me to my particular route, the only way to solitude with everyone at once, with every gnat, with moss. There are so many ways to touch in the dark. Okay, one more extract for one more long poem. This is the opening of a poem called Poem. They thought one way of getting even was getting rich. I was looking up at the plastic wax rolling down the candles knotted in the colonnade with its imitation crystals bending imitation light. It was mishung slightly off the ceiling's centre, and when I gasped and pointed at the lie, the grown-up said, "Look, here is a photograph of Cousin Five, dressed as a British army general, dressed as a Jordanian army general, dressed as an Arabist come to pitch and pacify nascent nation, glub pasha jaw undone, badged and buried masquerade churning consolation from exchange, guzzling outpost in the folds of massacred maps, me, I'm here to study what studies. Here is a leaky mirage on the edge of a bargain stricken at two empires' fault lines, rioting for daily bread in a squalling April subsidy, milled on the slip of protest quashed easily from a magic circle. The skin is clutched, oh little egret, migrant passing over. Have you seen in flashes what unseats might also free the path of bread from hunger? Why cannot I lift my limbs? Why cannot I breathe big breaths? I have laid this feast upon my slothful, unwed infants, these tourists, dollars strictly pegged, these fruits from the other side. There is a boulder upon my chest. Is this inimitable hospitality all we have left? To serve is not the nature of any kind of people. Please sit, we have tea with mint. Please, our libraries are burning. You're right. What have we ever given the world? Only a theory of light. Itself erased, you chart and measure the Kanun's woven trail. Every resonant note evades the ruler, poised, sword raised. O Bedouin, O Circassian, child, when you turn from my country, you turn from me. You turn from yourself, learning nothing, yet you call yourself a lover, a scholar, a studious nun. This is not intelligence between you and what bore you. Between us and our formal and informal, enemies and friends. And by befriend, I mean leave gaps between the notes and hollows, tuck a fugitive rose, a bomb, a clue on how to never be good again. My goodness, take a walk with me. I'll drown you in the moss green river, the guilt. Oh Jesus, a silt deposit upon a velvet tongue. Neurotic to call it politics, when by politics I mean get the hell out of my bedroom. I mean it happens in the ruptures. I mean I want a world that does not drive you to the final convulsion. Your toes fitting smallly inside the chain-link diamonds, at the top of the car park, at the top of the hospital. Was that your final feeling, torpid, or was it falling? Thank you.